Alright, here we go. Oh man, that was some ugly rendering there for a second. Okay, so tier 8 match. We should be able to deal quite a bit of damage here. Now, they have quite a few heavy tanks. Going the southern route is not going to be effective. What's their speed look like? They do have one EBR, but outside of that, they're not very fast unless the 277 goes up the zero line, which I highly doubt. So I'm going to go try to check this out over here first. Kind of see where they deploy. And then I do kind of want to take the backdoor approach.
Do it!
This map is kind of tricky for tanks that don't have armor, especially starting from this flank, because you can't really use this mountain pass here. But I do like getting in this spot because I can see right and left, and these provide some protection from artillery fire.
It's a trap!
No, I am very susceptible to artillery here because they're all going to be just reloading. So I do want to try to get up as close to these as I can.
Do it!
There's a good spot where you can, like I said, 3 different directions here. And most of the artillery is coming from that direction, so it's going to be hard for them to get past these. Most of the time they'll just move on and try to shoot somebody else because it's too difficult of a shot. Super Conqueror, pulling up. Interesting. R2
it's a trap!
Done this way.
Bel colpo! L'abbiamo preso!
The other Progetto 65 is down, which is definitely good for us.
Do it!
A Super Conch I'm not going to have very much luck against frontally. But it looks like we're going to win that flank.
Do it!
Do I bail? I don't know, I'm thinking about bailing. One to help that flank, push it. Push the advantage as opposed to trying to shore up the weakness. Yep.
Veicolo nemico distrutto!
Now normally you don't really want to do too many blind fires, but I know in the UDES and the Stridsvagn and everything tier 8 and above in that Swedish heavy or tank destroyer line, that they would be in siege mode there, so it would have taken him 2 or 3 seconds to actually get out of there. That Super Conqueror is in a really good spot to harass anyone trying to go up that hill, but I think I need to press the advantage. Right now I'm just kind of doing nothing. And if there's one surefire way to lose in World of Tanks, it's to do nothing and sit around. I generally either try to shore up our weakest point, or I'll try to go to our strongest point and press the advantage, so they don't, you know, lollygag. Like right now, they have the advantage, but they've been lollygagging. So I'm hoping if I can get up here at full HP, I could really push the advantage. Well, see, now we don't have an advantage because they lollygagged. That's unfortunate. I actually have to retreat now. That is unfortunate. Yeah, if I would have gone when I first initially said it, as opposed to waiting, I think that would have been much more beneficial. That's really unfortunate.
Bel colpo!
It's a trap!
I was hoping to not get spotted there so I could ambush these guys when they come down, but they definitely have the numbers on me, so I need to get the heck out of here. Because there's no one here to support me. There are the artillery pieces, but I can use the artillery pieces to my advantage. Because they're going to be focused on trying to, you know, farm them more than they will be on me. The Super Conqueror still not dead. I might have to go do it myself. Oh, Jesus. Alright, well, it looks like our mission is to go fight the Super Conqueror. If we can.
It's a trap!
Stato nemico danneggiato. Li abbiamo danneggiati. Veicolo nemico distrutto.
Worked out, he kind of helped us out there. Thank you, Super Conk. Much appreciated.
Do it!
Okay, so it looks like some of them backtracked. It's still too risky to go out there.
Do it!
Maybe I can cross this ravine. I got the T-49 with me. Let's go.
Do it!
I think it's kind of essential for someone to come up this 4 line just to make sure no one's in our back door. Because the Yamil can easily kind of miss one. Provide him some cover real quick. Yep. 277's over there, so it's at least a Badger. Maybe it's an... Okay, there's 2 of them. So it's a good thing we didn't take off, because we need some resets here. I'm at full health, so I should be okay. This is going to be kind of important, though.
It's a trap!
Bel colpo. Centrato.
Oh, definitely, I would suggest staggering those. But...
Singolo colpito.
considering... Okay, we're good now.
Do it! Do it!
Corazzato nemico danneggiato.
Do it!
Centrato. Beccato.
Alright, so I definitely pushed up
Do
the
it!
damage total there. That was definitely more than the last few games. 4 kills, got the win. I think we played a pretty key and pivotal role in the victory there, so I'm very happy with that one. No, shoot. There we go. Sorry to mess with your screen there. Still getting used to the whole switching scenes. Ooh, cool. Now, for those of you asking why I'm applying my bonuses to, you know, tier 10 vehicles, it's not necessary. I'm just not really working on any tech tree tanks at the moment. I've been grinding very, very hard to get like 6 or 7 tier 10 meta tanks. And in the process of doing that, I am really worn out of actually like grinding tanks. So I have not been grinding any tech trees. I've been using some of the fragments and stuff we got from the battle pass. I'm trying to get to the Object 268 version 4, which is why I got 57,000 free experience up here. I need about 65,000 more to unlock on the next gun, so this way I can actually get the 268 version 4. I have a good crew in my SU 130 PM, which is the same layout as the Object 268 version 4. So I've got them up to about 5 perks. It's a Santa Claus and all the elves too, so they came with like a 0 perk. Santa Claus came with 2 0 perks. That's going to be one of my better tanks, I'm thinking. But I gotta get there first, so. Front line has definitely put a damper on things just because I can't grind as much on the random. Because I do want that chart of future 4 pretty badly. Here we go. Let's jump in. Now this is the second day in a row I jumped in my APR and got this match. For those of you unaware, there is a beautiful little bush E70 area. If you can get into it, it really lights everything up. But if you do not have anyone looking down that line, it's kind of for nothing. Now this would have been a much better spot for that T100 on our team, but they didn't take it, so I'm going to take it. It's very important you cover up your side here, because you're going to be able to spot everything coming through this corridor, and if you have some tank destroyers set up on here, like we do, you should be able to pick up quite a bit of spotting damage. Come on. Get some damage, peeps. Look at all those beautiful shots that you're missing. What the heck? There we go. Come on. Man, that's like 2,000 spotting potential damage just missed. Looks like pretty much their whole damn team went this way. There we go. There's a big boomer. So we haven't really done much of anything besides sit in this bush. Normally that's not what you want to do in an EBR. You want to be more active, but I mean, on this map on this side, this is a very campy map. I so bad wanted to just try and shoot him. There's their ABR. I see you, my pretty. If you're new to wheeled vehicles, if you're new to light tanks, and you want to know basically what your main job is to take out the other light tanks. After that, everything else is come on, guys. I can't give away my position. That was a prime target to shoot right there. Now once we get through the mid game, I can then start pressing the advantage and isolating some tanks out in the open and use my mobility to my advantage. In an EBR though, you do not want to be aggressive in the mid game because people are kind of entrenched at that point. They have good sight lines. You're just gonna die. Very good early game, very good late game. Horrible tank in the middle game. Now, if he had just his back end exposed here, I probably would have taken that shot just because I don't think there's anyone else within range with them being there. And he would not have spotted me in that case. But since he's front right now, I don't think it'd be very wise to take a shot. Riveting, isn't it? Just playing it smart right now. Letting the mid game pass us. Now I'm gonna load a heat round. Just because if I'm gonna blow this position, I want to make sure it penetrates. And I have a feeling I'm going to have to press out here
Do
soon.
it!
If that 430 year goes out towards their spawn, I'll definitely hit it as it's passing. I'm trying to make sure its viewports are behind the mountain first, though. Or like someone like this who's far enough away that I don't think they would spot me. I think it's time. Next person I see, I'm gonna blow the spot and take off.
Ils sont touchés! Do it!
There's 3 distinct sections of push for us right now. I need to take out this bad chat to secure the middle. Once I do that, I can push in there. Oh. Thanks, I guess. That's sad. Whoa! Oops.
It's a trap!
Cible verrouillée. Cible détruite. Cible acquise. Où sont-ils passés?
Do it!
Cible acquise. Il est cuit. Passez au suivant. Cible verrouillée. Je les vois plus.
Do
20,000
it!
damage, not the greatest, but I did get almost 4,000 spotting. I think we were the eyes and ears for an entire flank, and we ended up with 2 kills, so I think that was a really profitable game. I would have liked to have not had to use the heat rounds, but if I was going to blow that spot and I was going to take a shot at a heavy tank, I wasn't going to chance a bounce there. I wanted to make sure I got some damage. I wasn't doing much a lot of the early and mid game there besides spotting. Let's see here. What time is it? Oh, 1:38. We still got plenty of time. I'm digging it. Let's jump in the ST2. Love this tank. Can't seem to win in it for some reason. Absolutely love it. It's got great armor. It's got a higher profile that I'd like, and it's a little slow, but great armor. If you can utilize the double barrels appropriately, and you're not just a total douchebag about it like I am sometimes, and an idiot, it's a huge advantage. It really is. Imagine like a defender with a 6-second reload as opposed to 12 or 13 seconds. So that's kind of how I look at it. The double barrel capability I don't use often, but it's a great threat for when you're brawling and someone wants to push on you. A lot of times they'll be a little hesitant if you got a double barrel because they're not sure if you got both loaded or not. Having up to almost 900 alpha damage on a single volley like that can really, really mess with some people mentally. So while I don't use the double shot often, the threat of it is very real. Plus 2,500 hit points. That's just crazy. I would expect a tank like this to probably have like 2350. So I think they were trying to push this a little bit by giving it the bump in HP because its mobility is kind of lackluster. Now, the statistics will tell you it's not a very accurate gun, but I've seen in practice, I tend to actually do pretty well at aiming at weak points of my enemies. For the most part, I'm brawling, so I'm not really got that much distance, but the lack of accuracy has not been as pronounced as it would seem from the statistics. Tier 8 matchup. so I should be able to use the armor very well. The IS-7 went the low road, which means the 277's up top. Type 4. We don't really have to worry too terribly much about any of the other tanks that could have possibly come up this road. See, if he was watching the stream, he would have just got my whole explanation. One thing I do not like is, like I said, the mobility here. By the time I actually get into any action, there's going to be 2 enemies dead already. Notice I am coming up at a 45-degree angle here to try to just deepen my armor. And we're doing a pretty good pushing on this side. Looks like the T-49 is retreating. Now, this is an instance where I might use a double barrel. That's because I think I'm going to catch this 277 off.
It's a trap!
Guard and a big 867-point swing. It's beautiful. Plus, I knew I wasn't going to be able to brawl out there with those 3 tanks coming up. So if I was going to tank around, I was going to make it worth it. Now the first one that comes up is my left barrel, which is exactly what we need here. We're not going to have too much success against that ML2's turret, though.
Do it!
But we can keep the ML2 out of the fight, at least, for now. Because he's worried about us. That was very unfortunate.
Do it!
Alright, so I'm loading heat rounds right now just because I can't afford to have any more not go through. I don't really care about the whole... Everybody bitches and complains about premium rounds, this, that, and the other. It's part of the game, okay?
Do it!
So we were doing pretty good, but a lot of those heavy tanks made their way up now. And I'm worried that we're about to lose the top. Notice I make a pretty bold play here.
Do it!
I don't know if that S1 thought that it was going to take me longer to reload than him. But he definitely didn't try to move, which I found odd. Now, if I get lucky on a high roll here, I could double tap this guy. But if I miss or it doesn't penetrate, he's going to be able to unload his entire clip into me. It's not worth it, I don't think.
Do it!
Can't wait too much longer.
Do it!
Of course, we low rolled road.
Do it!
Now he is on a pretty long reload, so I think we should be fine. Now T-32 and Type 5 heavier are on this direction.
Do it!
I'm going to leave my heat rounds in just to make sure I go through. It's going to be non-profitable, but I don't care. I want to win. That is my main concern.
It's a trap! Do it!
Okay. So T-32 is immobilized.
Do it!
Not too bad. 3,300 damage so far, 3 kills. Let's see if we can push the envelope a little more.
Do it!
that IS-7 could pose a problem.
Do it!
Thank you for the follow.
It's a trap!
Of course I low rolled again, why not?
Do it!
Goodbye, sir. Up to 4 kills now. That IS-7 though did survive quite a long time.
Do it! Do it!
Pencils down. That was a fun match. That was a very good example of what I was talking about as far as the armor is concerned on the ST2. The hit points there, I was able to take a few rounds from the email too, and I wasn't too worried about my hit points getting too low. Even if that Sturv didn't bounce a shot or two, I still would have been fine. And also taking advantage of the fact that I caught the 277 with his pants down. So while I don't like using the double barrels a lot, I don't like shooting both rounds at the same time a lot, I will in that sort of situation where you're not going to risk missing. And not only that, but I wasn't going to be able to re-engage for another 10 to 15 seconds anyway, because all 3 of those heavies were just coming up the hill. So I think that was a really good instance to show when to use both barrels and when to be smart about it. Also, when I was fighting that ML2 there, I was only shooting one at a time, because if I did fire both barrels there, he would know that he has about 10 to 15 seconds before I can fire again, and he would have been able to unload his entire clip into me at that point, which would not have benefited him really, because of how long his reload is. An Emil is really kind of any autoloader is a support vehicle. You don't want to be on the front line with an autoloader just because of what happened there. He spent his load, he missed one of the shots, and then got caught in the tracks with the second one. So he only penetrated with one of them, and then he was kind of stuck, just absolutely stuck. Okay, Stritzvong 103B. We're in a tier 10, tier 9 match. Only a few heavy tanks, 2 RDs. Now, artillery is something you have to worry about on this side of this map, just because I'm going to inevitably head up to the H0 spot, where pretty much everybody should go if they're in an artillery piece. Not artillery, tank destroyer. But this is the one few maps where artillery can just blind fire at a certain spot, at that H0 spot, and usually hit a few people. I know whenever I play this map, I blind fire it all the time. If I don't have anyone spotted and I'm just sitting around, a couple times I've gotten a few kills. I always end up getting at least some splash damage on somebody. Especially if it's an assault, where the cap is around the like E and F line. No, not the best map for RD. One of the best ones, for sure. How did someone die already? You should never die in the first minute of a match.
Do it!
It's like they knew I was reloading.
Do it!
So I'm gonna get that carpal tunnel. I very, very much agree. But if you look at the statistics for that that gun for the SC2, It looks bad. It looks really bad. Maybe it's just the crew I have in it. Oh, overshot. Wonderful. Now the good news there is I wasn't protected by the bush, so I know there's no one lurking around here in the middle, because I definitely would have been spotted there. Someone's gonna get cheeky. Goodbye.
Do
Obviously,
it!
I'm spotted if you don't mind. Now that Udez has gotten pretty confident over there at the F line a few times now. Especially the 703. I have not actually gotten my hands on the double barrel premium tank, but I heard that one is actually very accurate. Come on, that's the second time now with the super comp. Boy. Looks like I can get a little ballsy here, I think, though. I think I'm gonna go for it. I've been playing pretty conservative so far the whole stream. It's time to drop my nutsack a little bit, right? Ooh. He's going to mid-range snipe instead of long-range. Watch out. Appreciate the follow, good sir. Of course. Of course. Let's let our binoculars kick in and see what we can find. Ooh. And he's behind a bush, so he's not going to spot me. Normally I would want to move first, like now he would spot me. So I need to get the heck out of here now.
It's a trap!
Well, when we shot the first time, he had that one tree in front of him, which was opaque. Like right now, this little tiny bush in front of me is opaque, so I could shoot over this ridge without losing the camo from it.
Do it!
Oh, let me farm.
Do it!
He's a little too close to that for my liking. A little too close to me, even. I'd rather shoot at him than me. I should have backed up first. It wouldn't have mattered.
Do it!
Okay. I didn't need to reposition over to the side a little bit. So this way this bush will be in the way. I had a momentary shot there. I should have just went for it. I don't care if you spot me. I was going to shoot before you were going to shoot again.
Do it!
I have no idea where this Udez is. Go right there. Why not?
Do it! Do it!
One more blind shot, and then we'll reposition.
Do it!
So I want to get in a good spot where that Udez and that Stritzvong 103B is within render range, but not within spotting range. So if I get over here to the left, I can still shoot them, and it is actually impossible for them to see me. Regardless of where I... There we go. See, we got the tracks there and the damage. He can't see me no matter what. No matter what he does, he can't see me. He's angling towards me, which is really smart. The second he moves, he's toast. You're gonna have to get out of there eventually. He just got rid of siege mode. You can see it elevate. We got one into him. We put him in an awkward position. Does that count, right? Did we get credit for that? I don't think so. Looks like we are going to secure another win, though. I don't think we've lost a match yet, have we? Since I turned the stream on. Gotten pretty lucky today. No, I lost the first one, that's right. I did lose the first one. In my Team 82. This is just one of those games, though, sometimes where it just does not matter what you do. Sometimes you just lose. Sometimes you'll play the worst you've ever played, and you win with like 10 dudes left over, too, so it definitely doesn't discriminate. Here I'm being a little gravitas just because I know we have this in the bag.
Do it!
I just wanted to try to get one more shot in. Now where is this little light tank? See if I can get one more shot in. Aww. Almost 4,000 damage though, 2,000 spotting. It's a pretty good game. WN8 for this game of 2875. So definitely pushing that up there, that's for sure. It's been a long road from when I first came back. I quit not too terribly long ago, a couple years ago. I just was really bad at the game. I didn't quite understand it. I didn't dedicate myself to learning the tanks and understanding the you know, the mechanics a little better and stuff, so I just got frustrated and quit. But when I came back, probably about 8 months ago now, I've fallen in love with the game because I've kind of learned the ins and outs now, and my WN8 went from like 600 to now it's almost 1100 just a few thousand games later. I'm definitely pushing to try to get that up to 2000 within a year. That's my goal. Games like that will surely help. What should we do now? Why not? Let's jump into T67, have a little bit of fun going into 2 o'clock, and then I'll take my break. Now, just if you're new to the stream, I do a break halfway through. So my stream is from Monday to Friday, 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time every day. 2 p.m. I will take a 5-minute break just to grab a drink, stretch my legs for a few minutes, and then come right back. So don't go anywhere. Right after this quick little Tier 5 match, I'm going to take my 5-minute break, and then we'll come back for the second half of the stream. And during the second half of the stream, we will be doing Frontline. Can I go south? I've had some of my best games on this map. Going down to the beach, I've had some of my worst games. I don't know if that's something I want to do right now. Especially at Tier 5. People are going to get pretty aggressive, so I think I'm going to set up around the 0 line, try to use some of those bushes to get some clear shots, and then kind of go from there depending upon the disbursement of our team and theirs.
Do it!
Now, if any of you guys need a tank that you go to when you get frustrated, this is the tank. It's very easy to play. In my opinion, kind of overpowered, high mobility. The accuracy is not quite what you would expect from a tank destroyer, but it shoots so fast. If you can get used to it, you can really have some awesome games in this tank. Maybe get some coffee during my break. That sounds good.
Enemy is hit.
Do it!
It's a trap. Enemy is hit.
Do it!
I probably could have stood in there and took one more shot at him. I probably should have. I was trying to play smart and ended up just being way too conservative with it. Still died though. That's the important part, right? Let our binoculars kick in. Not seeing much. There's still 6 guys in the other team that have not been spotted yet. Let the AMX get brave before we go out there. Come on. Part of me feels like I should have taken that shot, but part of me also feels like there's a tank destroyer back at the B line. Like that Narshorn or another T-67 or Gorilla. Oh no, that's the tank destroyer. Or the blah blah blah. Artillery. Let him be the brave one. Nothing? Alright. Let's do it to it. To quote the Goofy movie.
Do it!
He's got him. Now I better mobilize if I want to get some damage in.
Do it!
Sounded like I had a chance there for a second.
Enemy armor is damaged.
Do it! Do
There's
it!
a Narshorn.
Penetration.
Do it!
Come to me, my pretties.
Enemy is hit.
Do it!
We didn't penetrate
Do
their
it!
armor. Enemy vehicle
Okay, I was about to
destroyed.
load an HE round there just to make
Do
sure I
it!
got some damage, but that one went through. I'm not running headfirst into that. That's not smart. Which way is this guy looking? Yeah, we got this. Press the advantage! And another win! It's almost like I'm getting good at this or something. I'm getting lucky. Probably, that's probably it, actually. Oh, okay. T-67. I think it's almost fate, brother. We have to do this. Where's he at? Is he still having problems with that damn thing?
Enemy armor is damaged.
Do it!
It's a trap!
Got him.
Where are you?
Do it!
There you are.
Ready to fire. Target released.
You biscuit eater.
Do it!
No! The SU-122 got him! Didn't he hear my speech about fate? God. That's not cool at all. Oh, man.